Hey guys, what is up? I'm going to bring you guys here another video of the How to K.E.M series, and this one's going to be on Sovereign, as you can tell. And I'm just going to say, like, this is the side you're defending from first. So I'm going to show you guys the one way to do it on this side. I'm not going to really go through another way. I might, like, just mention it briefly, but the other way is just not, there's not a whole lot to it. So I'll mention this way so that you guys get the idea of the way to do this the best way, I guess. I'm going to go through, like, a couple different methods over here, but it's all generally the same idea. You have to mix in the ideas accordingly and just kind of judge the enemy team on what they're doing to get the right idea for that. And this one is actually probably one of the most fast-paced chems, which is why I like doing it so much. You guys will see me sometimes on stream where I'm like, okay, well, let's just search for like Sovereign or Tremor or something like that where they're spawning over continuously where you can shoot them. So first I'll go ahead and go through the spawn points for you guys. There's a few more spawn points that I'm not really going to mention because I'm not exactly sure where they are, and that's just purely because you don't see them very often because of the way you push the map. Because you want your team to push this side. I think this is called research over here, and that's where you want your team to mostly be pushing, so they spawn on the left side for you, or in the middle. There's a spawn point in here somewhere. It's probably right here, just because they do very generic spawns. I think there's one right here, and there might be one in that corner or something like that. I'm not exactly sure. Like I said, they're not that important because you want your team to be pushing over here. And if they're spawning over there, you're not really going to be getting anything out of it anyway. The other spawn point is right here. Will want to like make sure you remember this spawn point because you can pick up a lot of kills off that. If you don't know that's a spawn point, they'll sneak past you a lot of the time and you just won't get the kills, and it will delay the gameplay some. This is the primary spawn that you are trying to push them to on the other side. Well, when you're pushing the other side. So basically you want to continuously check that, which I will show you guys how to do in a minute. If you guys see me on stream, I'm sure you guys already know that. And then I believe the spawn's either right here, or perhaps both. I'm not exactly sure. But they'll spawn under there, and that's basically when you're blocking the other spawns. They'll do that. So if you're blocking the middle spawn and then over there, sometimes when you're not blocking the middle spawn but somebody's looking at it, they might spawn under there as well, but it's kind of a, like, I want to say a flip spawn. And then also in this last patch, they made it so that there's a chance of them spawning completely out. I'm not exactly sure where the completely spawn point out is, but it's basically if they're at your base somewhere, they'll spawn out. I think it might be down here because I know on the other side, they can spawn down there. So we'll just go ahead and say it's down there. Either way, it's not that important. All you need to know is you don't want to block every single spawn at one time as the team. Then I'll just get into the gameplay here of what you guys kind of want to do to keep this going. Like I said, the main spawn point's down there, so if you head glitch this, it's a pretty good head glitch. If they have like a marksman rifle or something like that, they can pick you off. But if there's a lot of people down there that you know, I wouldn't rush them all unless you have like extended mags on, something that you can take out a lot of people at one time with. So like you basically just you keep ADSing down this way. You just want to make sure that you're ready for it. Like you don't want to like run down here and be like, oh shit, they might spawn over there. You have to make sure that you're actually like ready for it all the way down and try to have a quicker reaction time than them. Because a lot of the time, if they don't see you, they're gonna be running, which means that their ADS time is gonna be a lot slower unless they have like ready up and quick draw on and amazingly fast reflexes. Which for the most part, if somebody you're gonna get a chem on, they're not gonna have that. So you should be completely fine. Like I said, just make sure you're ready for it. Also, a lot of the time they'll spawn here and they'll run under here, so you guys will see me. I'll check this. If there's nobody there, I'll run back through here and check these spawns. Make sure when you do this, that you check these corners. You check over here, and a lot of people will hide like right here. They're like, oh, there's a fucking shelf here that's hiding next to it. I don't know. Either way, when you check that, make sure that you also go out here and check that. But make sure that when you do this, you don't run out this way so that your left side's open. Why? Because there's a spawn point right there. So you have to make sure that that's like a big thing that you worry about, that your left side's not completely open here, because you'll die a lot of the time right there. If not, if you are going to go out here, like I said, make sure your left side's not completely open the entire time. If you're going to go out this way, go out that way. Don't be like, oh, I'm going to stay here ADS for an hour and a half, wait for somebody to shoot me in my ass. Go out here. If you're out here, they can't see you. That way they have to come back up there, and you can basically just run around in a circle, go up here. Like I said, you have to integrate all these things together, so it's a little bit more complicated. You can't just, well, you might be able to if they're really bad, but you can't just sit here the entire time in ADS because they'll usually catch on to you. And then you also have people coming up this ladder. With the new dead silence changes, you're not going to hear them very easily. So you basically, after that whole circle deal thing I just went through right there, you also want to come up here. I usually jump up here and check. I don't know why, it's kind of a habit deal. I really don't have a good reason why I do that. Maybe just to like not shoot through the railing, not sure. But check this right here, and also like as you're coming up here, it helps you see over there, I guess. One thing I just want to like point out as a kind of like a side tip, if they're running that way and you don't have like the most ammo ever, just put a shot on them. Tell your teammates, hey, they're running research, put a shot on them, get an assist. You're hopefully running hardline, and get an assist counts for kill. With that being said, the transition from here when you're looking this way to back over here, if you don't have a fast transition from this side to back to this side, they could be up here, and that makes you really, really prone to getting knifed. So if that's the case, if you're here for a long time, make sure you're either very cautious going back in here, because if somebody's fast, they got an SMG or even like a combat knife, they're going to be able to come up there and knife you without a problem. So make sure that you're just fast on that transition and ready for it. Like you're not just like, oh, well, I'm going to run down here like that. Make sure you're ADSing and ready for that shit. Another option, with that being said, if they're catching on to you being up there, you can run around behind them. This is not something I recommend doing for a very long period of time. Why? You don't have any cover. There's nothing back here. You can hide in this corner and they can run past you. They don't see you if you're like this. So they'll run past you sometimes. I wouldn't like count on that, because if they do see you at all, you're pretty much dead. But with like if you're going around this way, you can check that, and it also helps out a lot because they think you're up there. So you'll have kids coming around here ADSing in this corner, and that gives you a free shot on their side. Usually when I do this, I will integrate the loop back in. Like obviously you want to check this corner, make sure there's nobody there, and then after you do that, I will integrate back in this whole loop thingy where you do the same thing, check the corners, blah blah blah, check out here, make sure your left side's not open, and then you run back up here. So like I said, this is all integrated in one. So just make sure, like, it's just you have to judge what the enemies are doing, etc., to do that. But those are basically the three ways over here. Well, it's one way as a whole, but like three different routes to take, I guess. So just make sure you guys do that. The one thing I do want to make sure that you guys are cautious on is that when you drop down here, for some reason, there's a lot of people that are hiding in these corners, or right here even. Just make sure that like you're aware of that. There's not really a whole lot you can do, but maybe check it if you have time. Like don't put too much effort into it, because if you get shot in your ass, you're gonna be pissed off. Like I said on this other side, like this side's just so basic that it's just boring. You just fucking sit here and you wait for people to come out there. Like there's not a whole lot to be said. Obviously, like you can move back and have them come out there, and then sometimes they'll go up the ladder from on this other side. But I don't want to get into that one just because that one's boring. I wouldn't recommend doing that, but perhaps to help out a teammate getting a kill on the left side. So I'm gonna go ahead and switch over to the other side. So you're trying to score over here now. On this one, the flip spawn, like I was saying earlier, there is a spawn down here in vending somewhere. It doesn't really matter where it's at. You just have to know it's there. I believe there's also a spawn right here. And then there's a spawn right here. This one's fucking sucks because they'll spawn them there when they're bored. Like, I don't understand it. That one's really, really random, and it'll be often in somebody's face. Right here's another spawn, and up here is another spawn. So you just have to be aware of those ones, I guess. I guess I can go through one of these very briefly. Basically just the spots that you're watching. Here, it's okay to ADS over here because, like I said, there's people that spawn back there, which I'll go through in just a second. But if they're spawning up there, you can shoot them when they're coming out here, and then if they're spawning over there, they'll come out this window. And then you also have to be aware of the people that are they're spawning all the way in the back, running through the bottom over here and coming out here, or the people that are spawning right here, like I was saying. If they spawn over there, there's not really a whole lot you can do about it. Hopefully your teammates are able to pick that up, but maybe be aware of it so you can watch right here by this yellow railing going up. But, I mean, if you're going to pick that up, it's basically because usually a teammate either missed it or somebody was dying, etc., etc. Also integrated in this one, if you hear them going underground, you can run back over here, but you have to be aware that it is leaving this left side open, and this transition back over here is sometimes a little rough. Usually I'll integrate this one into the one on the left side, which I'll show you guys in a second. And then also, same deal over here. Just watching the spawns, basically. Head glitch on the stairs, you can see them coming up here. This one's not really that safe, but it can be done. You can shoot them coming up this way, and then you can check down here, here and there on that spawn point, and then also, like I said, that one over there. Hopefully these flip spawns don't get you too bad, because like I said, they are the flip spawns, so they shouldn't be happening that often. I'll go ahead and show you guys these other two spawns back here real quick. These ones are the two most common back here. Probably with those three right spawns over there that I was just showing you guys are probably like all as a whole about as common as these two combined over here. They'll spawn right here and right over in this corner. So they'll spawn in this corner and then another corner, which you'll see me, if I'm playing against really bad kids, I'll flip back and forth between the two because they're just basically spawning and going right through there. The only thing is, you'll get shot through this wall a lot if they see you, just because you have the worst angle on them, I guess, when you're back over there, especially because you have to really load and try to keep track of people behind you, etc. So basically just make sure that if you're doing that one, that you're playing bad kids. That's basically when you want to do that one. And I just want to show you guys this left side one, which is probably the more safe one. just because you're watching them come down a hallway at you. You can literally just stay here as ADS. I wouldn't do it for too long after they catch on to you. But they're spawning in that corner. Even if you're sitting here, they'll spawn in that corner, and then they'll either run out that way to go underground or to the right side right now, all the way over there, or they'll come straight at you, and it's usually pretty free kills because they don't really have any thing to head glitch on, and you're just prepared for them. If you're there for a long time though, like I said, you don't want to stay there too long. You come out here, you can shoot through this wall. Make sure you have ammo to do that with though, if you're going to be doing that. And then basically just head glitch, it's sort of a head glitch, just switch around head glitches so they don't know exactly where you are. You can shoot them right here. I think I come back here sometimes and do this, but that's kind of like bleh. Or you can also do this thing with here. And then also, you can shoot, like, these walls are pretty easy to shoot through. So if you know there's somebody there, you can start shooting through these walls, get a couple shots on them, go for assist counts for kills. Assist counts for kills are actually a pretty big deal. And then you can also just like lay down in these corners, because usually they're not looking for you. Basically, it's just switching up spots, and so they can't keep track of you. Also, back here, do that, and then this helps you out with the underground, which then you can also integrate in with this that I was telling you guys about. So you guys keep moving a little bit, so that basically they don't catch on to the one person like, oh, this kid's killed me a shitload of times, maybe he's on a streak, let's go kill him. Either way, that's basically how to KEM on Sovereign. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you guys thought. Any ideas? Maybe I missed something. It's possible. I do miss things here and there. Let me know what you guys thought, though. And please make sure you guys leave a like if you thought this was helpful for you. And if you guys have not subscribed, hopefully most of you guys already have. But maybe tell a few friends and subscribe yourself if you have not. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care.